Hello, Divine Ones. This is Fairy Dust 1111, and thank you so much for tuning in. So, this is just a really quick reading, late night thoughts. So, this could be about your divine partner, your twin flame, your soulmate. And so, specifically dealing with the masculine energy, I really do feel. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some channeled messages that come through for the feminine and the feminine energy. So, earlier today, I actually went live for the Twin Flame Talk. So, that's every Saturday at 10:10 a.m. Okay, and we also have the Twin Flame Starseed Bible Studies Monday, not Tuesday, then picks up back on Wednesday to Friday, 10:10 a.m. where we go live, okay? And it's a tarot reading using biblical scripture, but not taught in the traditional sense, okay? And so the spirit uses different things in the 3D experience to convey messages to the collective, the connected, okay? It's all about us. I hear censoring. So what the spirit is saying about censoring is being able to take something that has been dictated to an individual and cipher the information that makes it conducive for them. And I look down at the timer and it says 0110, so 10:10. So a lot of the divine partners are shifting, okay? And so specifically with the twin flame talk earlier this morning, that the spirit was saying that the masculine, the divine masculine, is actually in an incubation type of period. So you think about a premature baby, and so being that they can't breathe on their own, their eyes may be really sensitive, or the different hindrances that they have in a 3D experience, okay, they're therefore put into an incubator. And in that incubator, they learn the basic skills to stand alone, to be able to breathe alone, to be able to, survive on their own. And so that's what's going on with the masculine energy. So they may be in an incubation type of period, okay? So in which they may not be in contact with you, or limited contact, or the contact may be a little off. All right. So it's the spirit is saying, do not be dismayed, do not be put off by this, because what happens in the incubator, the individual learns how to be alone, to stand alone. What I mean by be alone is like, being able to fully function on their own. All right. And so the whole twin flame journey is about shedding codependency, okay? And stepping into your divine power. All right. And so when you come together, that there's two individuals that are independent, that can stand alone, and that can operate in the 3D experience without being codependent on another individual. Okay. All right. So let me see exactly where the spirit wants me to start. Okay. So specifically with this room that came out, I have my eye on you. Like they could be watching you from a distance, okay? So this could be, I feel masculine energy, okay? So this does not necessarily mean a actual male, like a guy. This could be a feminine, or someone that even relates as a feminine, but the masculine energy within them. But I'm really feeling really heavy masculine energy, okay? So even if you are in the same sex, quote unquote sex in a physical sense, relationship, that the masculine, the more dominant energy, as far as being the masculine energy, all right, is really in this type of energy right now, okay? And I hear the new moon in Scorpio, so in which a lot of things that were hidden. So, for example, if this is a light, and then you have a lampshade over top of that light, or something that is hiding the truth, that is being therefore turned around, so it's supported and brought to the surface. And so that's what's going on. So with this, I feel like this is like the masculine energy, all right, and the truth that is hidden within them. I also hear the pearl that is hidden within them, that is covered, okay? So the pearl in the biblical text represents wisdom, okay? And so what is the wisdom? The wisdom that does not come from man, all right? The wisdom that comes from the higher self, that directly communes with the Holy Spirit, the Christ, those energies. So they're realizing something divine. Okay, so you have here, this feels like the divine feminine. Okay, so a couple things, all right. So realizing a hidden truth, realizing the wisdom that they have. I also see this as like a crown. So this also came through in the Twin Flame live, the Twin Flame talk earlier this morning, in which the spirit was saying that like the halo, if you will, the continents, the aura is growing, okay? And so like a king has a crown placed upon his head so that everyone can see with their physical eyes that they are royalty. However, with the divine masculine, this is also true with the divine feminine, but specifically with the divine masculine, it's like their halo, their wisdom is growing. Okay, and so therefore, their continence permeates. All right, and so people will be able to notice that there is something different about them. All right, and so as well, they do not need physical accoutrements. So what I mean by that is like adornments. So for example, like a physical king that needs a crown placed upon his head so that everyone can see him and know that he is royalty. All right. Or either, for example, I hear baller. That may be a specific phrase that someone may use or their divine masculine may use. But like, for example, big cars, big houses, shiny rims, or a fast car, blah, 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 a whole lot of people around them. They're realizing that they do not need that, that it's by them and them alone that they can stand in their divine power. And so the them, like your divine masculine or the masculine, and realizing that they have a special gift, and that gift that is coming to the surface. Okay, so this you see it almost looks like a crown. Okay, and then as well too, you have here with the divine feminine. All right, and then her crown that has been placed upon her head. So initially with the divine couple, initially, being born into the 3D experience, yes, I am a human. Okay, or you know they would, go along with the human uh, phrase, if you will. Okay. And then they found out that they are a divine feminine and a divine masculine. Okay. And then from there, they realize that they are a divine queen and a divine king, that they're actually royalty. So I hear royal priesthood. Okay. And so they have been hand selected, if you will. If God had a tangible hand, okay, hand selected, you are sent on a specific mission, okay, and this is your divine partner. And I hear going hand in hand. So, he is noticing her crown upon her head, her wisdom, that she is a pearl and a pearl of the sea, okay? And so that also came through with the mermaid. It was like another card that had a mermaid on here, on a card, okay, in which the spirit was saying earlier this morning that it's like Ariel. Okay, so she was at the bottom of the sea, and so she would poke her head up every so often, and by her stepping outside of her comfort zone, that she was able to spot the divine masculine. Okay, and when she spotted the divine masculine, that she had to act on it. She was willing to do whatever it took to be in his presence, to have that love. Okay, it wasn't because like um okay, the spirit is really saying that some may have had their fathers. This is like a channel specific message, maybe for a group. Some may have had their fathers. Some may have not have had their fathers. They're 3D fathers, your father by your heritage, by your DNA. But however, with your divine masculine, it's something that was brought out within you. So you think about this as the pearl being at the bottom of the ocean. That pearl was brought to the surface. Okay, and that's what's going on. All right, and so by her coming and seeing her divine masculine and following up with that love. Okay, following up on that love, that she was blessed at the end. Okay, she had to make some sacrifices along the way. She had to go through a separation period. She had to go through different activations, if you will, receive different information. She had to learn about being a human, if you will, learn about walking on two legs, when that was something that she never did before. So for a lot of us, we're learning how to walk by faith, aka the knowing. All right, and so a lot of things that we have never experienced in our 3D experience, our 3D life, okay, that through this activation, through this connection, okay, that we are actually learning new things. We're learning new abilities. So for example, Ariel, she only knew how to swim and poke her head up above water. But however, with the new activation, this new journey that she was set on, that she grew legs, or had her legs revealed, and then she had to learn how to walk step by step. But guess what? She perfected how to walk. All right. And so through her faith, aka the knowing, that she was able to obtain her divine union. All right. So with that being said, that he's seeing her glory, he's seeing her wisdom, he's seeing her crown. All right. And so for the different waves, so we actually have here waves. And so the Spirit wants me to explain for those that may be new to the channel, to the ministry, to, the information, is that every wave, so you think about the collected, the connected, they're ocean, okay? And so you have different waves in the ocean. And so each wave is destined to hit the shore. So meaning with the Spirit, look at the timer and it said 10:10. So real quick, let me go over what 10:10 means. 10:10 means like not just, I hear the word specifically right now, activations, and then the timer said 10:19, okay? But it also means like the passing away of the old and the ushering of the new. So for example, Ariel, the old, only confined to water, but however the new journey that she embarked on, the new activation that she incurred, if you will, and that she perfected, was her walking with two legs, or was her walking on land. So that's just a little side note. But as well, okay, so let me go back. Okay, so with the waves, all right, so each wave is destined to hit the shore, meaning that each twin, each divine one, is destined to go through different activations. So hitting the shore represents activations, DNA activations, spiritual gifts activations, but as well, this is a very, very poignant point right here, very key point. Now look at the time and it says 11:11, okay? And so that every twin, every divine partner is destined to come into union. So the shore also represents the union. So every wave is destined to hit the shore. Every twin is destined to come into divine union. The reason being is like no different than you think about a Marine when they're on the water, okay? All right, coming into land, my feet hit the sand. I'm off running because I know I have a mission. So what the Spirit is saying with that analogy is that when you guys come together and you consummate, you knock down, I hear, a lot of barriers, but as well you activate each other, different spiritual gifts that you can activate necessarily on your own through your own ascension level, because that's part of your ascension, okay? The consummation, the divine union, okay? And so what that happens is like after you've been through, the separation, and the purpose of the separation is about self-mastery and shedding codependency and activating unconditional love, that when you guys come together and you activate, it's like activate when you consummate after the separation, and then you are therefore set on your way to fulfill your divine purpose together. Okay, so you have a task to do, and that task to do is to help other continue, well, first of all, continue representing unconditional love, and playing that out in a 3D experience, and burning a lot of the karma for the collective, the connected. Okay, and so what is karma? Karma is nothing but change. Okay, and being a living example, and I also hear living sacrifice. So you'll have to, follow the twin flame, the starseed twin flame Bible studies to really fully grasp the concept of what the Spirit is fully saying. But in short, it's like then as well, not only just to help the collected, the connected, but as well to help humanity all together with shedding this codependency. All right. Okay, so then we have here with this beautiful card right here that came out, waves of prosperity. Waves of prosperity. Okay, and here we have here always. So actually what happened, like just real quick, just to show you like how the way I have this card right here, the synchronicities come through. Like lately, like usually when I set my cards down, either I put them away in my bag, or either I would just set them down face down like this. But the Spirit is having me to set them up, to shuffle them and set them up like that. Okay, so that could have been a message for someone specifically. Okay. All right, so anyway, so with all my cards, and then so even further on, that the Spirit will have me like if the cards come out, for to put them up here, because there's always a message. There's always a message that is playing out. And so these are some of the cards that came out. So we have here, I'm gonna point it back down right here. So you have always, and you see how the way he's looking at her. The number 7. The number 7 is about specifically the first thing I heard was activation. So the activation of what? The communication. I hear between the twins, but as well too the communication with angelic, celestial, and divine communication that comes through. Okay, with the number 7. Then we have here devotion. All right, you see how they're both all their eyes are locked. You see, he's noticing, she's noticing. He's noticing, she's noticing. and you see how they're just in tune with each other. So this is like telepathic communication on a different level. Okay, being able to hear past the human conditioning. All right, so if, for example, if your divine partner may be in a limited mind state, they haven't really ascended as far as and the far as they are displaying to you, okay, that you'll be able to hear past that, okay. That's one thing. And so then we have here as well the number three. So the third activation, the as well as I hear with the Holy Spirit, the Christos energy, okay, that will lead and guide the divine twins. But as well, we have here the number 12. And so the number 12 is about portals, and as well as about the 12 chakras, okay. And so as well as the crowning of the 12 chakras, which is the 13th chakra, which is the key and the manifested Christ, and being led and guided through different I hear like the different activations, the different healing processes, okay. And then we have this other card right here, okay, magic fish. And so this is really for specifically for the divine feminine. All right, so like how I was saying with Ariel, and I feel like with this magic fish, I feel like that the different I hear energy, but also information that is hidden down below. Okay, so I feel one thing that's really, really coming through strong for me is about sexual energy, and about keeping your chastity, about keeping your sexual energy, your feminine energy, your creativity, your manifestation energy. Okay, and regardless of what another individual does, you are in control of who you are. All right. That's why you have your own name. That's why you have your own body, your own mind, blah, blah, blah. And it's not to be caught up in what other people are doing. Because guess what? If you're doing something just because somebody else is doing something, this could be just specifically for a couple, divine feminine or the feminine energy. If you are over there so busy looking over there at Bob or Sue or whoever, what they're doing, and then you getting in your 3D lower energy, 3D lower feelings, like the waves up and down, and then you go and do something because of what they have done, you're allowing somebody else to take your divine power. Okay, and that's another thing with sexual energy. All right, is that that's how you open up energetic portals, and so therefore people can control your energy, aka your emotions, your energy and motion. Okay, and push your buttons, if you will. So pushing your buttons like is about programming an individual. Yes. Okay. Or either having the energetic cords attached to an individual so they can puppeteer them. Okay. And so a lot of people do not know about energy, how energy works, how to master their energy. So on the Patreon page, I do have a video, and actually a couple podcasts speaking in detail about energy and how to master your energy. This is part of cutting codependency, okay, that will help lead to divine union. And another thing as well too. Hold on. So with we actually have here, is that that's a seashell, so like an oyster. So I hear holding the world in your palm. And so what I mean by that is like when you master your energy, you're able to control the outcome of things, meaning that no different than how they would say the law of attraction. So for example, if you're focused on the naysayers, if you're focusing on what may be playing out in the 3D experience, watching other individuals and what they're doing and getting all in your feelings, or either walking around grumpy or feeling self-defeated, guess what? It's going to play out in your 3D experience. And so therefore you're going to magnetize more and more and more of that into your 3D experience, into your life. Okay, so by you mastering your energy, mastering your thoughts, therefore you're able to take it under your wing, I hear, or under your fin, whichever one. Okay, and you're able to manifest with that energy. So this goes hand in hand with your thoughts and mastering your energy and your sexual energy, specifically for, I feel like a lot of the divine feminine may be in that type of energy right now. Okay. Another thing too, the spirit is saying, I actually posted a video on the Patreon page about what about the karmic. All right, so you can check that video out, and it's it goes into detail in teaching it's a lot of teaching in that video, so you can fully understand and get the idea. All right, so when you can understand something like a light bulb going off, like bling, then you can understand, have that understanding. I had to keep saying that. The spirit is leading me to keep saying the word understand, so you can really once again understand. All right, and so when you really have an understanding, you can really have a conviction about it, and you can play it out, start to implement it into your 3D experience. So that was a lot of channel information. So hold on one second. So let me put these back up here. Gosh, I keep saying so. All right, so let me see where the spirit wants me to go with this waves of prosperity and what is coming up really soon. Okay, what can we look forward to? What can we look forward to as far as with our divine partner? What information does the spirit have for us lovely individuals for this late night? And so whenever you run across this information, that this is applicable, because you think about energy, you can't contain energy. You can't start or even finish energy. So when you run across this could be the energy in which you are in. So it doesn't matter about the date. It doesn't matter about, the time even. Okay. It's almost there. Sometimes, a lot of the fighting through the different energies and the different emotions that may be attached to the viewer sometimes can slow up things. And it also I feel like it could be a stubborn individual that could be watching a very hurt. I hear bruised, like a bruised apple. Like they fell from the tree and they were bruised. They felt like they weren't picked. So this could be someone that's dealing with a karmic situation in which they felt like they weren't picked, meaning that like the karmic could be with their divine partner, and so they felt like they weren't picked. And so no different than you think about an apple that was not picked from the tree, although they were ripe. And then so they ripened and they hit the ground. And when they hit that ground, that it actually bruised them. And so I feel like someone is, I hear also butt sore. So like take that how the way you will want to take it. That may not necessarily mean something sexual. That could also mean something like someone just really upset about what's going on. And so I feel like they're really fighting. They're really fighting. Okay. So that's a message. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Okay. So we have here, this recently came out in a twin flame Bible study. And so I really feel like with the masculine, once again, I feel like, they're getting a sense, they're getting a whiff of something. All right, they're really starting, something is taking their interest, okay? They see something, they see it. And no different than you have here, remember how I was saying, he's getting a sense, I'm just going to use he for the lack of, for simplicity's sakes, okay? And it's like they are noticing something, all right? They're noticing something. And I really feel like it's something very auspicious that is catching their attention, okay? And so, for example, if you're, just to back up and really explain, when someone says, oh, someone is really spiritual, what do they mean by that? Really, if you really step back and think about it, everything starts on the spiritual plane. It has to go through the energetic plane to ground, okay? To the physical, the 3D, where you can tangibly see it, unless you have foresight, okay? All right. That's a whole nother message, okay? But anyways, I feel like you can see something off in a distance as well. And so even if you're masculine, or the masculine energy may not necessarily use spiritual jargon, okay, like my ascension or blah blah, those different words that we like to throw around. All right, it's like he's still being led by the spirit on a divine path, okay? And so initially, at first, he was tracking through the snow, trying to find his way. He was part of the pack. This came through in a channeled message with the Twin Flame Starseed Bible Study. Okay, so he was part of a pack. So I know this is a fox, but this is like my wolf card right here. Okay. So he was part of a pack. He was rolling with the pack. He was keeping up with the pack and showing face for the pack. Okay. The pack could represent his friends, his family, for things in which he thought that he was supposed to fulfill. Okay. I even feel like a sense of conviction and guilt that may have even went along in being, I hear, bamboozled, bamboozled even to a sense to stay part of that pact. Okay. Family, blood is thicker than water, something like that. Okay. And blood in, blood out, something like that, And so he was led by the spirit in some way. It could have been through a karmic situation, if you will. Different karma is just activating change. Okay. Through some type of situation, he was led off course, and so he found himself lost, if you will. Okay. And so he's tracking through the snow. He's trying to catch a scent of where his pack went to, how he can fit in, but he knows that he does not fit in. Okay. And so the spirit has isolated him. So going back to the very beginning of the reading, and even talking about the twin flame talk from earlier this morning about the incubation period. Okay. So even as for what I know of, unless they're Siamese twins, that even twins are, incubated separately. Okay. For what I know of, it could be places other places. Unless they're Siamese twins, they're actually incubated separately. Okay. So for example, we're just gonna roll with it. Okay. That he is in the incubation period. He is solo. He's solo dolo for sholo for a reason. Okay. Because the spirit is really working on him. Okay. So we have here the number 9. The number 9 is about fruitfulness. Okay. About coming into abundance. Okay. And realizing, have some type of foresight of some type of abundance. Seeing her and her crown of beauty, I hear. Crown of beauty. And so the beauty that goes beyond the skin. All right. And seeing her glory. Seeing her wisdom, seeing is something like dealing with the halo, but something spectacular, like rays of light or something. Really seeing something within her. Okay. I also see her heart as well. And so that's one thing. And as well too, the number 9 for me is also can be about greed. So he could have been led by it's all from the spirit, really, honestly, because it's activating change. Okay. Allowing him to be led by greed, even. So he could have been chasing, another female or another sexual partner, if you will. A good time, if you will, or chasing money or something. And then he found himself all isolated. And that was for a reason. Okay. This also could be the number 9 for me is about the full spectrum of narcissism. Okay. And so, being in codependent type of relationships, like how I was saying with that pact, the pack, the wolf pack that he was part of. Okay. And so, they would use different tactics to manipulate each other. And so this is not just dealing with friends, but as well as family. I hear even the mother. Okay. And then you have like here with this, the number 5 is about I hear karmic resolution. That's one word, but usually it's about divine judgment. Okay. And shedding human judgment, divine grace and mercy, but also I also hear divine class. So that may be for someone, divine stature, if you will, but it's also dealing with change, karma. So a changing of circumstance through this incubation period, that things will change, waves of prosperity. So new abundance and exciting opportunities wash over you, now. Like the abundance will be so great, and excitement will be so great, it will wash over you. It will be like a tsunami. So this feels like a really abundant type of love, and on an energetic plane he can foresee it. Like he can foresee it. And so this could also be a state of confusion for them. We have a lot of mixtures of energies. And so I have the astrology report, and it's a lot of channeled messages about the different aspects. You have Neptune going direct. We have Venus going direct. I think Mercury is going the opposite way of direct. Although it's an illusion, that things are retrograde. Okay, so no different than, that's a message right there. So no different than how we may look at our divine partner or our partnership and say, oh, hold on, it seems like we're taking a step back, and the spirit is saying, no, 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 that although it may seem in the 3D that we're taking a step back, but we're really not. We're really pushing forward. That's an illusion, no different than an optical illusion. Okay, and so a lot of individuals are seeing with their eyes and not what I hear, their higher heart. Okay, and so they're getting stuck. Like, for example, fear could keep her stuck on this rock, and she would just lay there and just die. And so this is what I feel like is also going on, a sense of what may seem like stagnation in the 3D sense, because of fear, which is the lack of unconditional love. And so someone that is not acting out of unconditional love, but acting out of fear and trying to control things, that feels like the feminine energy. Okay, and so this was another message that's been coming through for you know for the primarily for the divine feminine, or the feminine energy, about release. And I found this in my bag after I had a a miscommunication with my divine masculine 2 Fridays ago, I think. And and that was in my bag when I went the following last Saturday for the twin flame talk. And I was feeling so heavy. I was feeling heavy, like this, like a wave, like heavy, but the heavy crashing down of a wave. And so the spirit was saying release. And the spirit I keep this up here as a reminder to release, and let go of expectation, but having still that foresight of knowing that things will come together, that we will hit the shore. Okay. All right. Let me see if the spirit has anything else. So I actually posted over on the Patreon page, not just about what about the video about what about the karmic, but as well too, manifesting using your tarot cards. What other information's over there? It's a lot of podcasts over there, so you can join the Patreon family for as little as $1.11 a month, and you have access to all that information. And then as well, depending on the tier in which you sign up under, that you will receive a free monthly reading. And thank you guys for the Patreon family. And for those that are watching, if you could hit the like button as well as leave a comment. It could be just like, a couple texts or whatever like that, because that the more information, the more engagement that a video has, likes and comments, that the more that YouTube will actually push this information to more divine ones, because I try to do as much teaching as I possibly can in these readings. Okay, and so as well, hold on, is it another? Okay, over here, there was this talking to me. Someone may feel like how I was saying, I feel like this is like a feminine. Okay, and like, so the feminine is really feeling really hurt and crushed and feeling, I hear, disabled and disowned by the fact that the masculine may be with somebody else right now, and they're are bruised. Okay, and so they feel like they have done something wrong, or they're feeling ostracized, if you will. Okay, but you can go back and look at this reading again. You can also join the Patreon family. Let's just be for real. It's a lot of information over there for cutting those energetic blockages, clearing those energetic blockages, and cutting those energetic cords that keep you in that suppressed mind state, that keep you, I hear, hindered. Okay. So that's one message. Okay. Someone's being, I hear the word petty. Someone's being petty, petty about something. But I don't feel like I'm supposed to get into it. I feel like I'm just supposed to bring it to someone's attention. Honestly, that's what I feel like right now. Usually I look at the timer and it says 3333, 3333. And that means that someone is not acting out of unconditional love. So the number 333 is about unconditional love. And someone was being petty. Okay, so the feminine could have been being petty towards the masculine or towards the situation. Also here, this could be somebody else. This could be another feminine or feminine type of energy, with a child, petty child, something about like with the child and being petty with the children, maybe keeping the masculine from their children or from the child or something like that, because of trying to pull the strings, or even if it may not be outright bluntly keeping them from the child, or for some type of information with the child or something like that, that the communication between them is so petty, and the child is witnessing it, and you see the child is like, oh my gosh, like, and the child almost feels like they're in the middle of it, like they're under attack, or it's their fault. And it can be very detrimental to them because they're not operating. You also have here the number 3 too, not operating out of unconditional love. And so it's a hindrance. But through the alchemical processing, which is nothing but the change of the mental, the change of the understanding, that the situation will be healed, and so the dynamic of communication needs to change. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, let me see, where was I? So you can find that link down below for the Patreon family, come over there and join. Oh yeah, I was saying, like, the free monthly reading, depending on which tier you sign up under there. And as well, for those who are interested in reading, so I have readings from $5 on up to Skype readings that range to different price ranges, but they start at $5.55. Okay, we're talking about activating change. Okay, I choose certain number sequences because the spirit leads me to do so. And so right now I have a special going on that going from 555, I think the unconditional love, a love activation reading, which is 3303. And so from that price range, those readings, you double your reading. So you double your amount of cards. Okay, you double your amount of runes and everything like that. And they all come with free runes, as well as with my number deck. So you can check that link out. And for those that have already purchased, thank you very much. I'm sending out readings tomorrow, and as well as throughout the week. I really do appreciate it. And for those that have given the 613, higher wisdom, higher knowledge, energetic exchange, okay, I really do appreciate that. That's AKA known as a donation. So I really do appreciate that. You can also find that link listed down below, or either on the about page. Also follow me on Instagram, because like on Instagram, I post quite frequently. I post like little mini readings, or like the twin energy readings, and stuff like that. You can come check me out over there or whatever. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And so this decided to want to pop out right here, set your sights higher. So I feel like with this petty person, that could be their last name, possibly, but with the feminine, the first set of the feminine, they're just really hurt by the fact that they would choose somebody else over them. I feel like they feel like they've made a lot of sacrifice for this individual, and for them to I hear turn their back on them. That's one thing. But then with the other one, as far as being really petty, with the kids, someone's being petty. Okay. And so the spirit is saying, set your sights higher. Okay. You are above that. That's why the word petty is coming up. You think about a divine queen, certain things she's just going to let go of, and let her peasants take care of it, if you will. So maybe that wasn't the best analogy. What I mean by that is, like, let the spirit take care of it using lower energies. Okay. So for example, the karmic, I'm not calling the karmic really a peasant. I was just using that as an analogy. Okay. So you think about, what does karma do? Karma burns. Okay. Karma takes things and changes it. Okay. And so you think about a karmic relationship or situation, it's doing nothing but making your job easier if you set your sights higher and have a higher level of understanding. I also hear being jealous. Don't be jealous. Allow them to take on the hard work. That's what a peasant does. They take on the hard work while you continue to ascend. All right. Here, shed the dead weight. Okay, because it's dragging you down. It's keeping you down. All right. So you guys, I will talk to you later. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button, so when I go live or post new videos, you'll be able to get the update. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you later. Love you much. Peace.